Review into PNG disaster preparedness. Opposition calls on urgent action in the health sector. And PNG Air commissions new aircraft. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malcolm Waira. Thank you for your company. Recognizing the threats and challenges encountered during disasters and emergency situations, the Ministry of Defense and the Review Committee, along with the International Organization for Migration, today conducted a national consultation workshop in Port Moresby.
The workshop is conducted to identify ways that can assist the responsible authorities to manage and respond well to disasters and emergencies within the country. Representatives from its provincial government in the country were also part of the workshop to contribute to the discussions and provide feedback. The acting director Lasomana reiterates to the participating members of the workshop that the review undertaken by the government is timely and strategic. He said the review will assist to modernize the national disaster governance architecture.
These challenges demand a legislative and policy framework that is modern, inclusive, and responsive to emergency risk, while empowering our provinces and districts to act swiftly and effectively.
The acting director mentioned that this is where they can establish better coordination amongst relevant agencies.
It will clarify institutional roles across all levels of government, strengthen coordination and communication, embed disaster risk reduction into the national and provincial development planning.
Chairman of the review committee Ray Paul stated they rely on the discussions that participants can bring to them.
We want you to think deep. You are the experienced people. You make it happen for this country. You save lives. Your decision is important. How can the other funds can come in to support the good work that you are doing?
Chief of Mission for International Organization for Migration, David Arnold, affirms their commitment to supporting this review.
IOM remains committed to walking this path with you, supporting the government of Papua New Guinea and its people in building disaster risk management frameworks that are resilient, inclusive and future ready from the community up. This work saves lives.
Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
Furthermore, members of the Review Committee for the Disaster and Emergency Response Mechanism in the country have revealed some of the important areas that needs to be addressed as part of the review exercise.
The review team is made up of Chairman Ray Paul and committee members Brigadier General Retired Gilbert Toropo and Dr. Sam Yokopua. Some of the areas that were noted by the review team include data management, limited resource allocation and logistics, and National Ambulance Service. The National Emergency Management Authority is aiming to develop a unified structure to address these issues.
To legally establish proposed structure as an autonomous authority, strengthen all of government coordination, build provincial and local level government capacity, integrate risk reduction and climate resilience, and mobilize sustainable financing.
Brigadier General Retired Gilbert Toropo pointed out the importance of aligning policies.
Have a communication with all the other line agencies so that they can also work towards aligning their policy and their legislation in partnership, because it would not be helpful if only National Disaster Act is reviewed and policies reviewed while all the other agency partners' legislation does not change.
One of the challenges outlined in the presentations today is insufficient data management.
Number 4, insufficient data management. Is sharing of responsibility a challenge? Do our country believe in people helping people? What do you all say? Yes or no? Sharing is caring is a principle that we have, right? How often do we use our community at the LLG level? That's my question. How often do we use them? But are we engaging with them? Are we telling them, you're ready? This is your call. When this thing happens, you have to act.
Dr. Sam Yokopua explained establishing a national ambulance service will greatly benefit during disasters and emergencies.
We've identified that this National Ambulance Service Act must be created. If it is not by us, we want to be involved so that the two of them talk, and we do it for a purpose.
Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
Opposition leader Douglas Tumuriesa has urged the government to support hospitals with urgency as people are dying from curable diseases.
Opposition leader Douglas Tumuriesa said lack of management and follow-up by health sector is the root cause of drug shortage.
Someone is not carrying out his responsibility. And those who are not carrying out their responsibilities should not be sitting down in offices where it affects the lives of Papua New Guineans. Critically affects the lives of Papua New Guineans.
Mr. Tumuriesa shared on his office receiving notices from some of the provincial health authorities, plans to scale down their operations.
Right on my table here, I got I have 4 letters coming from the provinces stating they're having difficulties with medicines in their hospitals, with medical drugs in their hospitals. And PHAs, CEOs of PHAs are struggling to speak to people here at the headquarters. What is the problem?
He said it is the responsibility of the health sector employees to take accounts of drug shortages to allow for a timely transportation of drugs.
I think it's about time we go back and do simple things correctly. I don't think it's rocket science. I think all it needs is common sense and someone faithfully sitting down and doing his paid job.
He further called on the government to be proactive and take the responsibility of making sure that every prescribed drug is available at hospitals.
My call to the Prime Minister is to talk to his treasurer, talk to his ministers, and honestly look at the books and treat our PHAs and our hospitals with some agency.
Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
Furthermore, opposition leader Douglas Tumuriesa said the shortage of drugs in hospitals is due to provincial health authorities not receiving their allocated budget funding on time.
Opposition leader Douglas Tumuriesa said it is the government's responsibility to allocate funds for hospitals to continue their operations.
Of governments, it is the responsibility of government of the day to make certain that prescribed medicines, prescribed drugs are available in the pharmacies of the hospitals. So our people do not die unnecessarily because of lack of drugs and medicines in our country.
Mr. Tumuriesa claimed that provincial health authorities and ordinary citizens are not feeling the impact of the allocated budgets and is calling on the government to be more proactive.
We are nearing the end of the year, and next week there is Parliament session. And in November, there will be the budget session again. We are a month away from tabling the 2026 budget. But have we completely delivered? Have we achieved at least 80 to 90% of the target for 2020?
The new ATR 72-600 series aircraft touched down at the Jacksons Airport last night and was given a warm welcome. The aircraft started its journey in Italy last week and transited through a number of countries before reaching Port Moresby yesterday. PNG Air Chief Executive Officer Brian Fraser said this marks an exciting milestone in the airline's ongoing renewal and growth.
It's a marvellous achievement not only for PNG Air employees, but also for the whole country. It marks confidence in our country, in our economy, and where we're heading as a nation. When you buy them second-hand, they're obviously less than that. This aircraft is brought to us on lease for a long lease life.
Mr. Fraser highlighted that this aircraft is designed for Papua New Guinea as it brings enhanced efficiency, comfort and reliability ideal for the country's diverse landscape, from the rugged islands to remote coastal airstrips.
We're calling ourselves the People's Choice, and we're servicing 22 ports around the country.
With the introduction of this new aircraft, PNG Air is looking at gradually transition to an all ATR 72-600 series fleet, improving operations and elevating the passenger experience.
We're embarking on a rationalisation and modernisation program that will drive synergies for the company in providing modern and safe aircraft transport for our customers. The aircraft we selected and we're rationalising to will drive 30% fuel savings as compared to older turboprop aircraft and regional jet aircraft. It will produce lower carbon emissions.
Pakatambua National EMTV News.
In response to a newspaper article on the suspension of the acting administrator for Kagwa Aravet district, the acting administrator, Peter Korapali, said he is still the administrator as per a letter from the Department of Personnel Management.
The acting district administrator for Kagwa Aravet, Peter Korapali, said he has not received any formal letter for his suspension.
It's a notice from the provincial administrator, David Clemmer. Even signed any proof of service that I've been served that suspension notice. My suspension is basically on his status that according to the suspension letter that is circulating on the social media, it states that for chronic absenteeism, I have suspended Mr. Korapali, Peter Korapali, CEO of Kagwa Aravet. But as I said again, I have not received that document as yet.
He further had this to say on his suspension.
Then I have to come in with the 2025 budget. As a new CEO to the position, I have to do all those. And after that, I have to also, it took me a lot of time to do the acute that has not been done for the last 5 years.
Mr. Korapali said the Department of Personnel Management in a letter stated that his suspension has not followed due processes.
I would like to say that I am still the CEO of Kagwa Aravet. I am still the CEO of Kagwa Aravet. So looking at the suspension, I took the matter to the DPM, Secretary, Department of Personnel Management. And the Secretary has written a letter to the provincial administrator saying that the suspension is improper. So the suspension should come from the HR through the HR, and then so the disciplinary action can be taken from Department of National Planning.
He further thanked the Secretary for the Department of Personnel Management for the clarification on this issue. Mr. Korapali had also met with his District Development Authority team early this week in the district and had already advised them on this issue. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
National EMTV News returns after the break with more of today's top stories. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab for dinner. Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, 1 cube at a time.
Get twice the data with Telecom. Enjoy bonus double data from Thursday to Saturday on selected plans. You get twice the data at the same price. For instance, for 5 kina, you get 6 gigabytes valid for 1 day. And that's more data for you to stream videos and play your online games. Drop into your nearest Telecom store or kiosk to top up and get your double data. Great value and PNG owned sure feels good.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennell, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You be holy, man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
I'm Martha, and each week on Kai Time, we'll introduce you to local food businesses showcasing their delicious dishes. Plus, you will discover how to make tasty and affordable meals using ingredients from your local markets. Tune in to Kai Time every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. Opposition leader Douglas Tumiriesa has raised concerns on the law and order issues in the country.
With the rise on illegal activities relating to armed robbery, hijacking and hold-up happening in the country, opposition leader Tumiriesa has called on the government to utilize proper funding to support law and order agencies to carry out their duties.
Police need to be funded adequately in order for the police force to go out there and carry out their duties and responsibilities diligently. If we cannot fund them, how do we expect the vehicles to be on the road? You look at Milne Bay province for that matter alone. The police station, the PPC, receives 4,000 kina every quarter to operate. How do you expect them to buy drums of fuel?
Tumiriesa said addressing law and order issues in the country requires proper management.
This is not rocket science. All it needs is proper management. Proper management of our budgets and proper management of our sectors, our agencies, the departments. When we give them enough ammunition, when we give them enough money, they will perform their duties and responsibilities. How do you expect them to go out there and perform their duties when the vehicle does not have fuel? How do you expect them to go out there and perform their duties when they do not have breakfast when they wake up in the morning?
He emphasized the need for accountability at all levels of the government and also noted that empowering the police with adequate resources and proper management would significantly reduce crime and restore public confidence in the justice system. Jonathan Sibona, National EMTV News.
The family and tribesmen for the PNV bus driver that was killed along the Highlands Highway presented their petition to the governor for the Western Highlands Province this morning to hand it over to the Eastern Highlands Provincial Government.
Few of the family members and tribesmen, including community leaders of the 8 council wards for Togoba Mile, came with a petition to present to the governor for Western Highlands Province. The governor for Western Highlands, Wairapa, together with the provincial police commander, Chief Superintendent John Sagom and his team were there at the Semara House to receive the petition on behalf of his counterpart, the Governor for Eastern Highlands Province, Simon Seah. Governor Seah, together with his Peace and Order Chairman, Robert Atiafa, joined the conference over the phone from Goroka. Councillor and President for Again Rural Local Level Government, Paul Pangum, gave his remarks before presenting the petition to Governor Rapa.
The Highlands now Governor long up, I mean give him line, I mean give him long. Governor from plan now.
In response, the Governor for Eastern Highlands said he is looking forward to receive this petition from the team in Western Highlands Province tomorrow. Governor Seah paid tribute to the families of late Tony. Governor Rapa, upon receiving the petition on his counterpart's behalf, thanked the families of the deceased for not taking the law into their own hands and waiting for due processes to take place.
Family, people like Tokyo, long leaders, Tokpa, President Paul Pangum, one time Cedric, Timothy, you all the leaders, Tokpa, you 7 council, 8 councillors, council ward, Representative Hagen, West Highlands Province, sympathy come addressing this situation.
Governor Rapa then handed over the petition to the PPC and the team to hand deliver it to the Eastern Highlands Provincial Government and the police force. This was one of Tony's tribesmen's comment after delivering the petition.
Bruce Lungap, Southern Islands, Enga, Juaga, Chimbu, even half about the Burales. So this kind of last point, petition, commissioner, establishing one barracks or one
The PPC and the team in Western Highlands Province is expected to deliver the petition to the Eastern Highlands Provincial Government tomorrow. The travelling public and the PMV owners along the Highlands Highway are advised to travel freely along the highway as of today, as the petition had been delivered by the families and the tribesmen for late Tony. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
Police in Chimbu Province were quick to attend to a tribal fight in the Gomini district of Chimbu Province yesterday in an effort to contain the situation.
Chimbu Provincial Police Commander Superintendent Majuk Rubiang confirmed the fight was between the Hera tribe and the Kalobiagao tribe. The fight broke out following the attack on a serving member of the Papua New Guinea Defense Force by the youths from the Hera tribe during a drinking brawl. PPC Rubiang said guns were fired, resulting in a number of people being injured, as well as 5 houses burned down. Both tribes are heads to assist the police in bringing the suspects forward. Meanwhile, police unit from the mobile squad and Chimbu police are patrolling the area, monitoring the situation. Superintendent Rubiang commended the police unit for the quick response taken, and he said investigation will be carried out to capture individuals involved. Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
With the long-awaited local level government elections set to begin next week, opposition leader Douglas Tumuriesa has urged the government to proceed as planned and avoid another deferment.
Speaking at the event, opposition leader Douglas Tumuriesa said that repeated delays undermine public confidence and disrupt essential local government and service delivery across communities.
I think our people are tired of it, tired of the deferment, and more so I think the candidates themselves have come to a point where they've exhausted all their resources. While I was in Alotau, a lot of councillors came over to me and asked me if I could help them with a bit of fuel, a bit of rice for them to go back to their wards to continue their campaign. But if the government is serious and they've set the date for LNG elections to begin on Monday, that would be good news for our people.
Tumuriesa urged the government to utilize proper backing to support this election.
We hope that there is sufficient funding made available already. That deferment of most of these LNG elections has got nothing to do with dates, has got nothing to do with programs, important programs in the country. They were deferring because there was no money. We all know that. Okay, we all know that. You don't have to be you don't have to be a educated person to know that.
Jonathan Sibona, National EMTV News.
Over 30 councillors from the Baya local level government in the Mulbaya Lumusa electorate have petitioned the Electoral Commission and other responsible authorities on the changes of the Assistant Returning Officer in Baya LLG.
In a media conference yesterday in Agen, the councillors said the petition was regards to the appointment of new Assistant Returning Officer for Baya LLG Tommy Kolo. Former District Project Officer Wesley Koke stated that Mr. Kolo did not run the election properly in the past years and is in court at the moment. However, he has been reappointed to be the ARO for the LLG. Again, these 30 councillors of Baya LLG do not agree with this.
Representing the population, you see. And also, so within 5 days, all must make him on something. Why Tommy Bastablo, Baya? For what reason? All can shift him, man. They have the power. That's why Mibla sit down here. Suppose all on something. And Mibla looks away also, Mibla kiss him, all get something long, hand blow you me. That's why Mibla comes in down here.
The presidents have approached the authority, however, with the few days remaining for the LLG election. They want this issue to be addressed. They are calling for the authorities to replace him. The 30 councillors have written a letter to the authorities, especially the election manager for Western Islands Province, Philip Talepia. They said this is to avoid further problems in the election period. President for Baya, Lai Kikua, said they don't want Tommy Kolo to be the ARO for Baya LLG.
Mibla long Baya Kanjel, Mibla Togosem, Tommy Kolo, Mibla no, Lagim long, Aurab long, Baya na Lumusa.
The Deputy President for Baya LLG, John Engas, said Tommy has destroyed the district in the previous election, as this case is still undergoing court battles. They are calling on the authority, especially the Electoral Commissioner, Provincial Election Manager, the Provincial Administrator and the Provincial Police Commander to look into this serious, as this will further cost inconvenience if the ARO continues to run the LLG election for Baya. Edward Luke, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
Now we take a look at the NASFAR market report. The Kenya closed lower at $0.2379 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, Yokina was buying $0.2304, $0.3523 Australian dollars, 0.1906 euro, 34.68 Japanese yen. Looking at the commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading lower, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copra closed higher, palm oil closed unchanged, crude oil is trading higher, copper closed unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX 200 is trading lower, the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Buy EasyPay with Telecom.
simply top up and purchase EasyPay from your phone. Here's how to buy. Dial *775#, enter the meter number, enter the amount, press 1 to confirm, and receive SMS with voucher and transaction reference number. Great value and PNG-owned, sure feels good. Drop in to your nearest telecom store or kiosk to top up and buy EasyPay. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
The GWM Tank 500 has a super luxurious interior with 7 family-friendly seats, and it really loves going off-road. Book a test drive today and hop into Barocco Motors for a spin.
We're proudly PNG's homegrown bank. Since 1985, we've grown from a humble local financial institution into one of PNG's leading banks, serving thousands of Papua New Guineans. We've grown together, adapting, innovating, and leading with purpose. We believe in progress. We believe in our people. Together, we're building tomorrow. Kina Bank, celebrating 40 years of growth, innovation, and nation building.
EMTV is proud to announce that we are now offering tower rental spaces on the tallest tower in NCD and Central Province. Our new 80-meter television broadcasting tower proudly boasts an improved structure durability. It is versatile and suitable for various communications and broadcasting needs. It has a high antenna load capacity, supporting multiple antennas and technologies simultaneously. This is your opportunity to optimize your transmission signal for wider coverage and extended reach. For co-location information, contact us today. EMTV, your number one to watch.
You're watching National EMTV News. Film Festival 2025, held recently in Port Moresby under the theme Anchored in Hope, portrayed hope through the stories of struggle and despair, seen through the eyes of young people and their daily experiences.
The film festival marked the culmination of series of media education seminar programs under the Salesian Social Communication Commission, PGS, held monthly throughout the year, at which 14 schools and institutions took part. Held at Paradise Cinema, the festival gathered over 250 attendees and special guests. The seminars aimed to equip young people to use digital media creatively and responsibly, producing positive content while becoming critical consumers of online information. Father William Matthews, SDB, shared that everyone is called to spread peace and use digital media as a tool for good. The top 3 films were Cracks in the Wall, La Salle Technical Secondary School, Hohola, illustrating struggle and disconnection, Light in the Darkness, Don Bosco Technological Institute, Barocco, retelling a true story of pain caused by alcohol consumption, Hope for Medang, highlighting the environmental impacts on a coastal community. Father Ambrose emphasized that the digital medium is a platform for young people to express themselves. He encouraged parents, teachers, priests, and religious to listen to young people and journey with them in the struggles they encounter. Nicole Rama, National EMTV News.
Western Highlands Governor Wairapa, while addressing the recent fatal shooting along the Highlands Highway, emphasized that the highway is a vital road for the country and must be properly maintained and protected.
While meeting with the families of the deceased for the Highlands Highway this morning at the Samara House, Governor Rapa stressed on the importance of the Highlands Highway. This was his remarks.
Highlands Highway where Islands Highway and one very important road, and we connect him. This is the country, now and one hazard, no, this is the country. Now Islands Highway and we so far now give him Kaiken or Papua and stuff. So as Islands Highway pass, Papua and was stop to. In the order Masawi, LNC staff and deployer, program mine staff and deployer, coffee staff and deployer, tea staff and deployer, all of the good luck I get on Port Moresby every day and travel to Islands Highway go down to Moresby, go to Lake.
Governor Rapaz said the highway must be looked after and must be free for the general public to travel back and forth. He further called on the authorities to look into this issue and make sure there is no more of such acts towards the traveling public.
Like in appeal, no police commissioner, police minister, Namiblo leaders, two Namiblo look now. This is the Highlands Highway and one very important asset for the country.
Edward Luke, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
South Bridges International School now have an official accreditation to deliver the Victorian Certificate of Education for senior high school commencing in the 2026 academic year. This was announced today in Port Moresby.
South Bridges International School was established in 2015 and this year marks its 10 years of school operation of catering preschools to Year 10 students. The Victorian Certificate of Education or VCE for senior high school is in partnership with Haileybury International in Melbourne, Australia and Victorian Curriculum and Assessment Authority.
With Haileybury, we'll start next year. We have a 4-year agreement with them for this program, for the delivery of the VCE here in Papua New Guinea through South Bridges, through our collaboration.
This milestone marks a significant step toward providing students with world-class, globally recognized education pathways. Deputy Principal for Haileybury International, Dr. Stephen Muller, said VCE prepares students for a wider range of vocational pathways into getting job opportunities. The core subjects offered in VCE is English, different mathematics, business management and physics. However, they do offer a wider range of other subjects as well. Buildings are still under construction to cater for Year 9, 10 and 11 for next year. Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
With the aim to promote unity, churches in the Eastern Highlands, Chimbu and Medang provinces came together in a workshop held at the Melanesian Institute in Goroka recently. The workshop focused on addressing violence related to sorcery accusations.
The workshop was hosted at the Melanesian Institute on October 16th to the 17th, which saw 15 representatives from the Evangelical Alliance, Body of Christ and pastors gathered to address the urgent issue of sorcery accusation-related violence. The event was the first review of the Wakman Belong God resource book aimed at strengthening the church's role in confronting misunderstanding about sorcery. Human rights activist and facilitator of the workshop, Anton Lutz, emphasized the importance of a united church response to counter harmful beliefs that threaten families and communities.
Mipla stop from fear, or mipla stop from doubt, mipla stop from afraid. Even when mipla mistaking mipla mama blo mipla as a sanguma, or sister blo mipla as a sanguma. Actually, I'm no sanguma. I'm not making mipla something. I'm not kage mipla mantu. This teaching shows us that Christ comes to give us clarity, give us peace. And we don't like violence. That's one of the main themes along this Ogra study camp.
Participants engaged in lively discussions and scripture studies to explore the church's biblical call for compassion and truth in tackling these complex cultural issues. Role-playing activities demonstrated storytelling ability to drive change, build a collaborative environment, and enhance understanding among attendees. Many voiced confidence in the church's capacity to lead with integrity while tackling these sensitive issues.
To the workshop and let plan something. So I'm enabling me also pastor logo make one work missionary from me long again. Go make him good work alongside loud and talk, make an address him also work book service area from me.
The Melanesian Institute is looking at hosting more workshops that focuses on socially related violence. Pakatambua National EMTV News.
The National Intelligence Organization has launched its corporate strategic plan today. The 2025 to 2030 plan focuses on enhancing national security and intelligence capability.
National Intelligence Organization, or NIO, launched its 5-year corporate plan in Port Moresby today. Improving national security and intelligence capabilities is the main focus of this plan. Director General of NIO, Lieutenant Colonel Joshua Dopar, highlighted the aim of the organization.
It is to enhance the functionality and operational effectiveness of the organization. The Marlborough government has emphasized on the importance of national security sector in its development plan, in capacity building, capability enhancement, and infrastructure development. The launching of the NIO Corporate Plan 2020 to 2025 is part of NIO's transformation and pathway in achieving the government's intent.
Mr. Dopa said the plan is also an approach towards safeguarding Papua New Guinea's interests and responding to threats,
so that it becomes dynamic, vibrant, robust national security institution that is effectively and efficiently responding to our growing security challenges. PNG can no longer ignore the ever-changing national security threat environment, and under my watch with NIO's SMT, we are committed to ensure that the objectives of this blueprint are pursued in accordance with the major government plans.
He concluded that geopolitics, cybercrime, human trafficking are some of the major challenges faced by the country, and that having a robust corporate plan is crucial. Pakatambua National EMTV News.
Papua New Guinea will host its third Digital Transformation Summit for 2025 from the 24th to the 27th of November at the Stanley Hotel in Port Moresby.
The Digital Transformation Summit 2025 is an annual milestone event in the government's ongoing digital transformation journey. The summit will reflect how far the government has progressed under the Digital Transformation Policy 2020 and the following policies endorsed by the government. This summit seeks to empower citizens, modernize public service delivery, and prepare Papua New Guinea for the next generation of digital innovation and inclusion. This year's summit will gather leaders, experts, and practitioners from across government, industry, academia, and civil society to advance the country's digital agenda and strengthen their shared commitment to innovation and inclusion. The digital transformation is ultimately about people, which this year the summit will be placing a strong emphasis on youth and student participation and engagement. The summit hopes to inspire young generation to think, build, and create ethically in the digital space, through which can secure a more connected, innovative, and inclusive future for the nation. Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News returns after the break with Truka Sports for all your sporting updates. Stay with us for the details.
Accept the challenge. Choose PNG's favorite purified bottled water. True Wara, 100% PNG made.
Proudly bottled by Paradise Foods.
You sabi want them #1 super. You can check him super account by your phone na internet. Kissing balance belong you long SMS hurry up through. Look him transaction history, housing advance eligibility, beneficiary listing, na download him statement belong you want him NSL mobile app or member portal. Suppose you can want to ask him, you can ring him or sell him email go to call center belong me plan. You don't need la sana pro line. Join him plenty of Arab #1 super members who decide to use him service online. Visit him #1 super website today.
The all-new, powerful GWM Power. Book a test drive today and hop into Barocco Motors for a spin.
Sick polio, and me come back inside Long Papua New Guinea. Long wanem, pig planamba blongol pikinini hino kisim baby suit o banis marasin belong polio. Long lookout na banisimol pikinini belong yumi long sick polio, gaman belong Papua New Guinea working one plan national polio immunization campaign, long giving baby suit or polio banis marasin, long all get a pikinini who's a Christmas belong all is tap ananit long 10 player. This campaign by Ron long number 13 day, going up long number 31 day belong moon October. Na by come up inside long old housing na health center close to you, one time old school, na two old health workman Mary by come long sampla old community belong you. Suppose you got old picking in the ananit long 10 pla Christmas, you must carry molly go long this immunization hub, long almost kissing baby suit or banis marasin belong polio, maske o semoli been kissing long before time. Immunization is safe, free, na by work good. Long one kind time, all pikinini who sat in up by kissing all narapla marasin or send vitamin A, marasin blong binatang, one time all narapla routine immunization or banis suit.
Look out TV play banisi plan no sick polio.
This patok survey come long National Department belong Health, one then support the come long UNICEF, World Health Organization, na all partner belong MIPLA.
Start your journey with Telecom. Stay online, informed, and in control from departure to destination. Maintain your connections wherever you are. Introducing Want to Travel eSIM, the all-in-one eSIM app available in over 150 countries. With instant activation, affordable no-contract data plans worldwide, high-speed internet, and multi-language support. Download Want to Travel eSIM app on your App Store for iPhone and Play Store for Android devices. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
At BSP, we are committed to helping all Papua New Guineans achieve prosperity. So as our nation celebrates 50 years of independence, we are giving back. Over the next year, BSP will commit 2.5 million kina to our employee-driven initiative 50-4-50 Giving Back to help 50 communities across our country, leaving a legacy in education, health, youth empowerment, and sustainable living. Together, we will build a better nation.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Picking the Kumul side was a headache for PNG head coach Jason Demetrio. However, he says the team is building on speed as they prepare to face Cook Islands this Saturday.
The Papua New Guinea Kumul head coach Jason Demetrio has named Liam Horn in the lock position, a position he never played before in the Kumul's colours. Demetrio says this is to get the boys up to speed, and Horn brings in the energy as well as playing as an extra hand to the halves.
Obviously we've got Edwin and Finley who can cover the 9 positions, and Finley's versatility gives us cover in the backs as well. So Hornsey brings a lot of energy, and he thinks he's a halfback too, so it'll be good to see him out there trying to ball play a bit, but he's been really good.
He says the team did not play their best football over the weekend in the Prime Minister's 13, but are ready to play their best game.
As a team, we could have played better, and we should have played better. And that's what we're looking to do this week. We want to get our footy on. We want to play the footy that we know we're capable of, and that's been a big focus for us this week, and I think you'll see a different side this weekend.
Demetrio of FEDA says it is getting harder every year to pick a squad given the improvement of the playing group, including players that were not in the last squad.
In my first 18 months as the Kumul's coach, it just feels like it's getting harder and harder to pick a squad of 20, and it was really difficult to leave Judah out. Really difficult to leave Sonny Wabo and Ila Alu, 3 players that I have a huge opinion of and who I believe have a huge future as a Kumul. And
having players from the Australia's National Rugby League and the English Super League combined with the local boys in Papua New Guinea, Demetrio says the side is looking forward for a strong start in the 2025 Pacific Championship.
Yeah, I think it's the most experienced side we've named. It's been tough this year because we've lost Koso Bandy, Elijah Roltinga and Benji Cott, who were outstanding for the squad last year, but we've replaced those guys with some pretty experienced players.
Catch the PNG boys take on the visiting Cook Island this Saturday at National Football Stadium. Charlie Dumavi, Trukai Sports.
The National Rugby League hosted a coaching clinic for school kids at the National Football Stadium yesterday. Teams that will be competing in the Pacific Championships, including PNG Kumuls, Cook Islands men's and women's teams, and Tongan women's side, participated in the session.
Schools in NCD took part in the Rugby League clinic at the National Football Stadium, where kids had the opportunity to listen to the PNG Kumuls players in the likes of Robert Debbie and Rhys Martin.
Full career and whatever you want to do. If you want to play footy, you be a footy player, you work hard, become a footy player, just like all these boys here. If you want to go further in your studies, go to uni, get a great job and look after your family and your future, you can do that as well. So yeah, just stay in school and work.
No, I love it. I've been playing for the team for 11 years. Had some good captains along the way, David Mead, Paulie Ayton.
The students then participated in drills, which is focused on the basic skills of the game. Tongan women's side and the Kumuls took the kids around the drills.
Plane numbers, go, let's go.
The event concluded with some dancing with the Cook Islands teams. Tongan forward Natasha Penitani and Cook Islands captain Brendan Piakura believes PNG has a growing number of rugby league talents coming through the systems.
There's no shortage of talent here, so I know that they'll be extremely successful when the opportunity does arise for them to have both an NRL and an NRLW team.
Yeah, I got an unreal support in PNG, and they came out on Saturday. Like I said, one of the interviews I had, my last name. I absolutely love the support from the fans. It's unreal.
Pakatambua Trukai Sports.
We'll be back with more of Truka Sports after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Chicken kebab for dinner. Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
What if every drop of waste oil you poured away could turn into something worse?
50,000 liters of oil is believed to have spilled into the sea.
Waste oil doesn't just disappear. It seeps into our rivers, poisons our land, and suffocates wildlife. Every drop counts, and every drop adds up. With Dunlop, we can recycle used oil to prevent this destruction. Recycling oil not only cleans our environment, but also reduces the need for new resources, saving energy and protecting ecosystems. Let us handle your waste oil and help protect our environment for generations to come.
The GWM Tank 300 has all the amazing creature comforts you want. And it really loves going off-road. Hop into Barocco Motors for a spin. Book a test drive today.
We're proudly PNG's homegrown bank. Since 1985, we've grown from a humble local financial institution into one of PNG's leading banks, serving thousands of Papua New Guineans. We've grown together, adapting, innovating, and leading with purpose. We believe in progress. We believe in our people. Together, we're building tomorrow. Kina Bank, celebrating 40 years of growth, innovation, and nation building.
This Thursday on Sports Scene, we check out the POM AFL Grand Final. The PNG men's basketball team bagged gold. We speak to junior Kumu debutant.
We're bonding together well as a team.
And we we check out Pacific Championships Week 1 update and preps for Week 2.
It's Brendan Piacotta and you're watching Sports Scene.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching True Guy Sports. Moving to overseas sports, and the Australian Kangaroos have named their team for the first test against England at the weekend, with 4 debutants in the side.
Reece Walsh will play at fullback. Mark Nwanganitawase will start on the wing. Gemma Chibasaki will start at centre, and Keon Kolomana-Tangi on the bench for the Australians. They were hosted by the Australian High Commissioner to the UK in London for this reception here at Australia House ahead of this 3-test series that gets underway early Sunday morning Australian Eastern Daylight Saving Time at Wembley in London. Nathan Cleary with the fullback, Cam Munster the 5'8" for this big occasion.
That ends True Guy Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
True Guy Sports. True Guy Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
The all-new GWM Power has the best-in-class pulling power. Book a test drive today and hop into Broco Motors for a spin.
EMTV is proud to announce that we are now offering tower rental spaces on the tallest tower in NCD and Central Province. Our new 80-meter television broadcasting tower proudly boasts an improved structure durability. It is versatile and suitable for various communications and broadcasting needs. It has a high internal load capacity, supporting multiple antennas and technologies simultaneously. This is your opportunity to optimize your transmission signal for wider coverage and extended reach. For co-location information, contact us today. EMTV, your number one to watch.
More than the life we've known, there is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The Money Plus weather report for the next 24 hours. For the southern region, Port Moresby City, mostly fine to partly cloudy. Popondetta, cloudy period with rain showers and possible thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus. With you always.
And that concludes the news, sports and weather for Wednesday, the 22nd of October, 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
Coming up next. At 7 p.m. Kai time, 7:30 p.m. Fish Forever, 8 p.m. Talk PC News Headline.